Hey, DirtFarmer Jay here from DirtFarmerJay.com. You know, I'd love to tell you that all the tips and techniques that we give you on our channel, they come right out of our own heads, but that's not the truth. Like you, DirtFarmer Maggie and I are lifelong learners, and we're constantly searching through new sources or going to their experts to get great tips and techniques that we pass on to you. In this episode, I'm going to share with you one of my most favorite resources, Woodsmith magazine. Stay tuned. Hey, DirtFarmer Jay here from DirtFarmerJay.com. One of my favorite go-to resources for many years has been the Woodsmith magazine. Now, to give you an idea how long I've been familiar with this resource, I subscribed in 1980. It started publishing in 1979. And in fact, I've had the pleasure of collecting all of the editions all the way up to this current edition many years later. Now, what makes this such a valuable resource? Well, not only are there reader tips and techniques that are shared ongoing, but there's great projects that build your skill set in the wood shop. And Woodsmith has done a wonderful job of actually going beyond just woodworking and incorporating and using other materials such as plastics or metals or exotic woods, or actually exotic hardware that can be used to build different fixtures and jigs and vices, workbenches, all sorts of things that are handy in the shop. Well, we all have our personal heroes, and one of mine is the founder of Woodsmith magazine, Don Peschke. And I had the opportunity to meet him in person this last fall when DirtFarmer Maggie and I went back to Des Moines, Iowa, to the home offices of Woodsmith for an event called the Woodsmith Workshop. We got to meet him, even though he's no longer associated directly with Woodsmith magazine. He owns and operates the Woodsmith store right down the street from the venue that we actually had this big makers event at. And here you can see I had a great opportunity to meet him. Delightful guy. And this is what I said to him when he came out to see me. I said, Don, you don't know me, but I sure know you. And an hour later of great spirited conversation, delightful man, I walked away feeling I knew even more about what drives this guy and why he took the vision to a tangible place and created this great publication, which has helped me over the years, many things that I do in the shop now, and then I've passed on to you. Our viewer audience has come out of the pages of this great magazine. Beyond the really cool experience of meeting Don, we got to visit both the editorial offices as well as be participants at a great event, as I told you, called the Woodsmith Workshop, held at the end of September, 1st of October of 2019. Well, during that time, we got to meet the whole cast of the Woodsmith shop. And here they happen to be shown on the outside fly cover here. These are the hosts Logan Whitmer, Chris Fitch, and also Phil Huber. As you can see from this picture here, Maggie and I got to hang out with these guys and go to some of their workshops, as well as see them in action at the editorial offices. Great guys, enthusiastic and passionate about the craft, and it's great to see a younger generation of woodworkers and craftspeople take it to the next level. Now, this gentleman right here, Chris Fitch, is an astounding guy. He's the most senior of the group, but is one of those unafraid craftsmen that use not only wood, but all sorts of other things to create some incredible projects. And if you subscribe to the magazine, you're going to see lots of projects that he is the designer, the inventor of, that make its way to patterning and all sorts of things to allow you to build them. We also got to meet the editor of this magazine, Vince Ancona, delightful guy. And whenever you open one of these magazines, you'll always see his listing under his little column called Sawdust. And there's Vince's signature right there. Just a quality group of people. Well, one of the things that we really enjoyed about this makers event is there were all sorts of other people who are passionate about the craft, and there were special guest speakers there, including Stumpy Nubs, James Hamilton, someone you might watch on YouTube if you want to learn about all sorts of tools and techniques. Another man that's from Woodworkers Guild of America, George Vondriska, which we learned how to bandsaw hand-cut dovetail joints, which I'll show you his technique in a future edition. We also spent some time with Matt Cremona, who is an accomplished woodworker and resaws all of his own lumber from the tree, and talked to us about that. And a delightful surprise to us, somebody we're going to highly recommend and feature in another episode, Anne Briggs of Anne of All Trades. You gotta check out her channel. If you are a lifelong learner, and I believe you are because you're watching this channel, these are great resources. But check out Anne Briggs, Anne of All Trades, for a delightful, enthusiastic young woman who, again, is fearless about learning all sorts of things, whether it's woodworking, hand tools, restoring an old pickup truck, rebuilding a motorcycle, making her own carved spoons, or metal and iron working, including a forge. Delightful. You'll really enjoy it. Well, we really enjoyed the time we had back with this great group of people, and as we encounter other events like that we feel are worthwhile for you to consider, then we'll pass it on to you. In the meanwhile, if you're interested in subscribing to this magazine, you can simply visit woodsmith.com and subscribe there. And if you'd like, you can subscribe to just a weekly tip section by going to woodsmithtips.com and subscribe to their e-tips area. There's a sign-up area there, simply providing your email address. You'll enjoy the insights it receive every week as you continue to sharpen your skills. Well, if you've got a resource that you really enjoy that you think your fellow viewers should be aware of, won't you say something about it down below in the comments section? And in the meanwhile, if you found this to be helpful, won't you like the video, and better yet, subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so that as new editions come out, you know about them right away, and you can watch things about the home, the garden, the kitchen, and great learner events. Until the next time, this is Dirt Farmer Jay from DirtFarmerJay.com.